What's up, Dog Squad? TreyDoG60 here, back here with another video on the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a March Madness 2024 breakdown of the bracket, and not a prediction, that'll be on Wednesday, but a breakdown and preview of all the games that are in the first round, and maybe some scenarios for the second round, Sweet 16, and the other rounds after that, like the Elite 8, Final 4, and the National Championship, of course. So we're going to be doing that today, and before we get into this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, send us more videos. We're trying to get to maybe 900 by April. I don't think that's going to happen. I know it says in the bio 1K up in the YouTube bio by April 2024. Probably not going to happen. If it does, it's going to be a big miracle. So let's try to get soon. I'd try to maybe get 900 by May 2024 of this year, so we can maybe get a 1K party going. I'm also, for my friends, a March Madness party over on ESPN Tournament Challenge, but also I will maybe, depending on the whole prize, if I do not know if I'll do a prize, I may establish one for the whole entire channel for every one of y'all. So there may be a prize. If they're not, I may just go ahead and get a group, and just for fun, I'll see if a prize. But I'm definitely going to make one, but I'll let y'all know if there's going to be a prize. So you can go and join that if the group should be made, because I'm going to do it after this video. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video, Dog Squad. Here we are. So we're just going to go by each part of the bracket, and then I'll have a couple of stuff to know, just for y'all to know, like just the typical seeds, what I have to say about them, and then of course the last four in, the first four out, and we'll have all that in just a moment. We're going to go by each region, go by each matchup, and maybe some potential over here. So we start off where this could go. Number one, we'll go this side. Number 1 seed UConn taking on number 16 Stetson. UConn should definitely win this. They're a tough team, obviously, to go. If they ever do get in a situation, like we know that the past matchups, there have been a curse of the number 1 defending champs, that they've lost early, round of 64, round of 32, something like that. So they could lose early. We see right here they have Auburn. They do have a typical San Diego State team who made it far last year, so we'll have to see what goes on with them. Let's see what goes with them. Florida Atlantic made the Final Four last year. They're going against a Northwestern team that we've seen do well, okay, I guess, in tournaments. But they should take care of business there. UAB is very difficult, though. Could get past them. They're a tight team. We've seen upset teams before in tournaments. So I could definitely see UAB having there. Did I pick them? Did I not? You'll never know. I guess you will on Wednesday. Auburn and Yale. I want to pick Yale for this, but not right now. I don't see Auburn. Could they choke around and they mess around and all that? So we could see UConn, Auburn really in the Sweet 16. It could go anyone's game. They're both really good teams. Definitely can see one of them making it to the Final Four this year. I do not know what's going to happen. Of course, UConn or Auburn can make it. BYU and Duquesne, that's how you say it, Duquesne. Duquesne's a team to win, but I don't think they're going to be that team as right now. But if they do get far, I don't think they could easily be that Sweet 16 team that no one expected. But they're going to have to go against a tough Illinois team who hasn't had the best tournament success in a while. Morehead State, I can't really see them winning, but they sure could. Even Washington State and Drake. Drake is definitely, this was a right seed, I think, for them. 10 seed. Definitely could see them beat Washington State, and I think they're supposed to. They're, I think, picked to win that. Iowa State, I mean, that's going to have trouble for UConn, Iowa State. Definitely could see a UConn, Iowa State, maybe a Auburn, Iowa State matchup, Illinois, Auburn, Illinois, UConn. That's definitely what it is for this region, for the East region. One of the toughest, I'd say. UConn making it, I think. San Diego State could get there if they want to. I don't think this is their year to do that. I think they're going to have a fall-off year in the tournament. Illinois is going to have to get their act straight. So we could definitely see a UConn, San Diego State, or UConn, Auburn. Now, Florida Atlantic wants to pull the I'm Cinderella type. Again, they can maybe beat UConn, and UConn can have that curse. So that's what we're going to have to be going on through. BYU could definitely fall to Duquesne, but we can see BYU is beating some good Big 12 teams this year. They got a powerful team. Definitely could see them going to this, maybe the Elite 8 at points if they're tough enough to. We'll see what they do in the tournament. So this is one tough region. So let's move on to the next. Here we are in the believe, what is this? The West. This is the West region. We got North Carolina, that #1 seed. They are the last overall seed. They are playing either Howard or Wagner. I don't think neither of them are going to beat North Carolina. But we've seen what happens. I don't think the Tar Heels are going to do that. They're very good in tournaments. I can see them going far. This is a team I believe in every year. They do the same exact thing, and they go far about it every time they have a chance. Mississippi State taking on Michigan State. It's Tom Izzo. They're going to be a team that's not really playoff experience. They're the favorites. You can't bet against Michigan State and Tom Izzo. Definitely, I can see them going maybe an upset over North Carolina if they don't watch out. The Tar Heels don't. St. Mary's and Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is a team that can maybe upset St. Mary's. St. Mary's isn't as powerful as we've maybe seen. This isn't their 5 seed that they probably should be. They probably should be at a lower seed, but they do stick in the 5 seed. So we do want to see maybe if they can get far. Can they get to the Sweet 16? Are they going to go against Alabama or Charleston? That's what I want to say, but that's going to be an upset we're going to have to watch for. Alabama's defense is not good enough. I don't think they go far in this tournament. If they have a good defense this tournament, they can go far. They can make it to the Sweet 16. If they do that, they can make it to the Elite 8. Charleston, we've seen them. Last year, a lot of people thought they'd go to the Sweet 16, defeating San Diego State and possibly a Virginia team or Furman to go over to the Sweet 16 and possibly play Alabama, but they didn't. That's what I had them doing last year. And now they're actually going to play Alabama in the first round, so make up for that. They'll play them. They'll play that team. You have Charleston, a team like them. They've got grit to beat Alabama. I think they can do that, but we'll see what happens. New Mexico is one of those teams that they weren't supposed to make it, but they won their Mountain West tournaments. Clemson, they don't really ever do much in a tournament. They did beat North Carolina on the road, but they haven't done much. That could be an 11-6 seed matchup. But Clemson definitely has the team to do it. They can go over to that Elite 8. Or no, Elite 8, not the Sweet 16. If they want to pull some stunts, they can. 11 seed New Mexico can, of course, go to the Final Four, and they can be that Cinderella, but I'm not going to expect much from them in this tournament. Baylor has definitely had some good high hopes for the tournament, and they've definitely had some low tournament games. They had that dominant one 2021, and then they fell a couple of others. They did fall last year in the second round, so Clemson could definitely see if they have enough momentum can make a run and beat Baylor. We'll talk about #1 seed North Carolina path in just a second. Dayton and Nevada. Well, I loved them when Nevada was coached by Eric Musselman. Dayton, on the other hand, we'll see what they do. I don't really see them in playoff tournaments or tournaments really much. So I guess we'll have to see. I mean, Nevada could definitely knock out Arizona if Arizona's not careful, but Arizona's pretty tough. I don't have a lot of confidence in them, but we'll see what goes on with them. North Carolina definitely could go. They're tough, probably what they have to go through. It'll be Arizona, Baylor, and Alabama, and maybe some St. Mary's, because they're going to have to possibly go one through these teams in the Sweet 16 if Charleston or Grand Canyon doesn't go through them. Charleston, I could see. Grand Canyon, maybe not. If St. Mary's does mess around, Grand Canyon can fool with them. Michigan State. Now, Tom Izzo's team definitely can upset the Tar Heels, so they need to watch out for that. But yeah, that's how I will go. We'll see what goes on in the tournament, and I'll let y'all know on Wednesday what my predictions are. Let's move on to the next region. We're in the South region now. As you can see, I'm on the left side because of the bracket. Houston and Longwood. Well, I mean, Longwood, they won their tournament, but Houston's way too dominant. I mean, obviously. Then they can go probably far. A&M, Nebraska, that's going to be tough. Nebraska's having one of their best years in a while in basketball. A&M, you thought they were falling off, but they got back up, going to the semis. They got that 9 seed, and we'll talk about their bubbles in such a situation. I think they were supposed to be, but apparently they weren't. Wisconsin and James Madison. James Madison is a sleeper team. I've seen people want to pick them. I may actually pick them, but Wisconsin has the team to do it. They've fallen off, though, this year. They kind of had some losses that probably shouldn't have happened, so don't let them fool you. And it's kind of same with Illinois. Don't let them fool you winning the Big Ten championship. They did that a couple years ago, and they screwed up to Loyola in the tournament. We got Duke and Vermont here. And Vermont's done the same thing as Colgate. I can't see them winning this game. Duke at least will win a tournament game, as much as I would like to say. I don't know how far they'll go. Texas Tech and NC State. This is going to be tough. We've seen Texas Tech pull off some games, and then NC State making that huge run in the ACC championship. Not even supposed to go to the tournament, but winning the tournament, their ACC title, to go Kentucky and Oakland. I think Kentucky, I have a feeling Kentucky's going to have a better shot this year. I don't think they'll lose in the second round or the first round. Oakland maybe could pull something if Kentucky screws around, but I can see Kentucky. Florida and Boise State, Colorado. Boise State, a lot of people have been saying stuff about them having a chance of beating Florida. So have Colorado, but we'll have to see what goes on between those two, because Boise State loses to Colorado, then we'll have to worry about Colorado. But Boise State, they're a good team who can maybe upset Florida, but we'll see what goes on between them in the first four tomorrow. Marquette and Western Kentucky. This is a 15 seed. I do think this is the 15 seed game. I think that will actually happen. Marquette, Shaka Smart. I mean, Shaka Smart doesn't do well in tournament games. He doesn't. And we have Western Kentucky, who has been a team in the Conference USA. They were the 1 seed. I mean, you go with them. And Western Kentucky is a team you can't mess around with. And I feel like that this is going to be the team possibly to make that run to the Sweet 16, at least win in that first round as a 15 seed. I feel like in every sport, Western Kentucky, at least football, this is the team I think can go with that upset. And Marquette is the team to lose to. I had it last year with Arizona Princeton. I don't think I'm going to mess it up this time. Western Kentucky, I feel like, will beat Marquette. But hey, I'm not going to make my final predictions yet. That video is on Wednesday. So Houston's has a run. They could maybe lose to Nebraska A&M. They maybe could do last year and, fool around with them and come back and win. James Madison, I could see going to the Sweet 16 if they don't be careful. Wisconsin may get in Houston's way. Duke, I don't think will, but they obviously could. Texas Tech and NC State. Texas Tech can make a run, and so can NC State, but I don't think that team that made it all the way there is going to do anything in the tournament, but NC State definitely could. Kentucky, I mean, Kentucky and Houston could definitely be an Elite Eight game, and then we could see Marquette, if they want to actually have a good tournament, they could be in the Elite Eight with Houston, and of course we could always see Houston losing to one of these teams, and it could be maybe a Wisconsin Marquette game or Wisconsin-Kentucky game. I mean, it could be one of those in the Elite Eight. But we're going to move on to the final region, which is the Midwest. In the Midwest, we got Purdue. We saw what they did last year. If this was going to be a 16-seed game, it would have to be one of these, but I'm not doing it. Purdue's going to probably win this one. I can't bet against Purdue. I'm sorry. I'm not going to bet against Purdue in the first round. It's kind of tough to do. I did one of my brackets, so we'll get something right. Utah State and TCU. That's kind of tough, but the way TCU's been playing this year, I've tried Utah State last year. They're better this year, but that's kind of tough. They may beat TCU, but then again, we don't know. So one of these teams could get in Purdue's way. This matchup, though, is a knockout for Purdue. This could easily be Purdue's loss in the second round, like everyone's been saying, including me. Could maybe not go far. This is a matchup that Purdue cannot be fooling around with, especially their history. Gonzaga, McNeese. Gonzaga's been the powerfuls, but McNeese, even at the 3 losses, I can't, Kansas and Samford. Kansas is kind of, when they're not at home, they tend to fold, and then you saw them in the Big 12 championship, and then you're going up against Samford, who hadn't made it in a while. They're going to want to do what Furman did, and it's kind of tough, but Kansas, I think, will lose to Gonzaga anyways, or McNeese, probably Gonzaga. If Kansas goes against McNeese, Kansas probably wins. So, match out with maybe TCU, Gonzaga, Purdue. Gonzaga's the team maybe to beat Purdue, so I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. South Carolina, Oregon. Oregon's a team to make that 11-seed run. They could. We've seen them in tournament before. South Carolina has done the same exact thing before, so don't let them fool you. Creighton could joke around. And really, though, I kind of trust them in tournament appearances. Kalkbrenner's a really good big guard down low. We could definitely see someone like him they could get the boards and they could beat Akron, South Carolina's got some big men too, though. Definitely could win those. I'm sorry I haven't mentioned a lot of players lately. I kind of decided I needed to start mentioning players. But of course, when we get into predictions, we will mention more players because I want to make my point. But Gonzaga, could definitely get to the Elite Eight, maybe the Final Four, knock off Purdue. Kansas maybe could. You could see a Cinderella out of one of these. I think this is one. I think this is the matchup we could see a Cinderella. This is the region right here. If Purdue though has an easy, Purdue does have an easy path. So if Purdue's going to play like Purdue, they will go to the Final Four. But that Creighton's going to probably be their biggest target. Tennessee could be their biggest target though too. When you see Creighton and Tennessee, but the Tennessee messes around like with Rick Barnes against his old team, because I don't think this is going to really beating Texas. Texas will get there, and then Tennessee, and then St. Peter's though. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but it could. Texas and Tennessee. I think if Tennessee fools around, they rely much on their strength. I think if Dalton Connect or Ziegler, someone didn't play well, I think they're going to rely too much on their depth, and they're not going to do well. They're going to fool around. Texas is going to go, but we could see what happens with that, because Tennessee, we've seen them play this year. They got a powerful offense, and Zagai Ziegler is a great defensive player, so I'd like to see out of him. So, I mean, yeah, that's Purdue's path, and, I mean, it can be hard, it can be easy. It's kind of a Cinderella one right here. But anything Cinderella and March Madness. So let me now bring you to the second slide. I wanted to make you about the 1 seeds and talk about them. Okay, so 1 seeds. This was 1, this was 2, this was 3, this was 4. The original okay, so it went from UConn to North Carolina. Connecticut had the best record. They were the only one that won their tournament. Houston, they lost their tournament, got thumped by Iowa State, which I could definitely see them win the whole thing. Purdue lost in the semis. North Carolina lost in the championship game. So you could have said maybe, I don't see anyone else that could have maybe gotten a 1 seed besides Iowa State. I think Iowa State should have had a better shot. They were only 8 overall. They were the last 2nd seed, apparently. Like, what? They literally won their championship. Could have easily beat Houston. Easily could have been a 1 seed, but I don't understand that either. So, Connecticut has a hard path. Houston does have a tough path. But Purdue has kind of an easy path, but they're probably the easiest one. UConn does, and then North Carolina can have some trouble if they have to play St. Mary's or Arizona or Alabama, someone like them. So, I think that's going to be their those toughest opponent, and I think they have a 3 seed in there. That's pretty good too. So we'll have to watch out for that. And Houston could go through Marquette, Kentucky, Duke, someone like them. That's going to be powerful for them. And Purdue, so maybe if Tennessee gets knocked off or something like that, that could maybe help them. But UConn, I'm going to go with Illinois, Iowa State, and San Diego State, and Auburn. I mean, that's tough for them. So those are those 1 seeds. That's the analysis of the paths of those 1 seeds. And now we move into those last 4 in and the first 4 out. We saw the last 4 in. We see Boise State, Colorado are playing each other. And then Virginia, Colorado State are playing each other. So this one's tougher, and this one's not. Because I feel like Virginia's going to, I don't know. And then Oklahoma, Seton Hall should have probably gotten in. Oklahoma, maybe. I don't know. Probably not Oklahoma. Indiana State definitely should have gotten in. I swear they were going to. They had a really good net record. Look like that's 29. I mean, not even that far. That's higher than 2 of them. Not even far away from them. I mean, I get these people, but 29 is ridiculous. They should have put them in instead of Virginia. I mean, or maybe Colorado State. One of these should have been swapped. I get these 2, but not these 2. One of them should have been swapped. Maybe Seton Hall should have taken the place of maybe Virginia. Because Colorado State had just a net record 36, and they were actually ranked at one point. Virginia, Pittsburgh maybe could have gotten in there, squeezed in Virginia. So It's really, these are my main two. Pitt could have gotten in there in Oklahoma, probably not. They were the second highest. They weren't actually that far, but they were the second lowest out of actually, I meant lowest, not highest, out of these seeds. So, yeah, but that's it. But it's it. That's it. You can't really explain. St. John's could have gotten in too, and so, but those were the first 4 out for this year. So, to do it for today, Dog Squad. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of my videos. Remember, you can go join that March Madness group. It is the Dog Squad Madness or something, whatever the name is. I'll think of it. Whatever it is, I'll put up a community post and tell y'all what it is and all that. And then it'll be on my Discord as well. In fact, did I already have it on my Discord? I think I just said something on March Madness. I didn't say the group yet. So I'll put it on my Discord. Go follow that. Just link is in the description below. If it's expired, I'll fix it. So let me know. And of course, go subscribe to any other channels I have in the link description. Help them out as well. And go subscribe to my gaming channel. You'll see more of that. And gaming videos probably tomorrow and Wednesday. And then of course more. I just kind of got busy. I may have one tonight. So go subscribe to that and stay tuned. Turn the notification bell there and like those videos that you see. And I will see you next time. Enjoy March Madness. Get ready for predictions on Wednesday. Peace.